Hey everybody, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for another devotional. Quick reminder, if you have a prayer request of any kind, let our guys pray for you. We have a team of over 30 guys who love to pray for men just like you. Get that thing off your chest. Let's bring it to God together. Share it with us on the prayer wall. There's usually a button attached to this Devo or a link. Just go there today. With that, we're going to be in John chapter 10. I'm going to read verses 22 through 24. We're in a bit of a new section here. John, the writer, gives us a timestamp in the text we're going to read today, so we're going to fast forward in time. Here's how it reads. At that time, the Feast of Dedication, so there's an event, took place at Jerusalem. We're back in the city. It was winter, so it's cold season, and it does get cold there. And Jesus was walking in the temple, which is typical to walk and teach to try to keep warm, in the colonnade of Solomon. So the colonnade of Solomon is this covered area around the outside area of the Gentile court. So the Jews gathered around him, they confront him, and they said to him, "How long will you keep us in suspense?" Very accusatory here, right? "If you're the Christ, tell us plainly." So the Feast of Dedication that is mentioned in this text was not authorized by Hebrew scriptures. It actually originated much later when the Syrian ruler Antiochus Epiphanes defiled the temple in 167 BC, so a couple of hundred years before Jesus, okay? So soon after that date, the Jews revolted. They led a military campaign against this guy with a leader at the helm, and his name was Judas Maccabaeus. And he retook the temple 3 years later. So at that time, they instituted a new annual feast. This one right here, they call it the Feast of Dedication. We commonly call it Hanukkah. So keep all that in mind today. So all this is the backdrop of this moment. So now Jesus is back in Jerusalem for this feast. He's walking around the inner court teaching when a group of Jews confront him. And there is no doubt that they have the events of Hanukkah on their mind and all the actions that actually led to the defilement of the temple. Now, I assume they associate Jesus with a new potential revolt, a new desecration of the temple. Therefore, they're going to confront him publicly because they perceive him as a religious political threat. And because they outnumber him, well, they probably feel a little bit emboldened, right? Now, guys, public confrontations like this are really challenging, are they not? They always catch people a little off guard. And in these moments, every one of us responds differently. I probably do compared to you. And in tomorrow's devotional, we're actually going to see how Jesus responds. So get ready for that. But for this moment, I think people who do stuff like these guys are doing here and confront others publicly and in this accusatory manner often have poor understandings of what's happening within their hearts. Their unaddressed hurts and hang-ups drive them to harm others, don't they? They do this because they project past hurts into present moments and confirm biases that may not be there. Thus, some of these Jews still feel threatened by Jesus. Their religious biases are so strong, they don't see that Jesus, he is their Messiah. They're blinded by biases that result in a careless attack on who? On God, by the way. So today, I want you to join me in praying that God would reveal our biases, that he would show us some place in our minds where we have made some wrong connections about him or maybe others that impact our actions that might be causing unneeded harm to others. And fellas, we should be brave in praying boldly here because that's really what a man of God does. He does not confront others out of these hidden insecurities, but he confronts headlong the sin within his heart before it harms others. So maybe that's the prayer request you want to throw on the prayer wall today, that God would reveal the hurts and hang-ups in your heart that is causing harm to others. Be bold, ask for it. I promise it'll help. I'll do it too with you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this devotional. If you loved it, share it with someone else. and I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.